Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are starting yet another new series, and this time we are heading over to the trailer parks featured in the movie 8 Mile. The trailer parks were located at A&L Mobile Home Park in Warren, Michigan, but the trailer they used was since torn down. The movie 8 Mile came out in 2002 and was directed by Curtis Hanson. It featured Eminem, Mekhi Phifer, Brittany Murphy, and Anthony Mackie. It was loosely based on Eminem's life and showed some issues he faced being a white rapper in a city that was predominantly black. He stars as the main character, Jimmy Smith Jr., nicknamed B Rabbit, who is a young, struggling rapper in Detroit. After breaking up with his girlfriend, Rabbit moves in with his mother, her boyfriend, and his baby sister in their trailer park home. He works at dead-end jobs, but dreams of making it big as a rapper. We lost some amazing cast members, including Brittany Murphy, who played Alex, Nishawn Breedlove, who played Lotto, D'Angelo Wilson, who was DJ Iz, and Deshaun Holton, aka Proof, who played Lil Tik. It was really shocking to find out Lotto and DJ Iz passed away. I never knew that, but may they all continue to rest in peace. 8 Mile is currently streaming on Netflix, so if you feel like spitting a few bars, definitely go check it out. So here's my version of the Smith household. Now at this point, you guys know I spend maybe 15-20 minutes in SeeMeeSim and 2 months actually building the house. But I always want to give my Patreon members a starting point, so feel free to edit him and make him feel more realistic, dye his hair blonde if you want, and just make it your own. Now in the movie, I believe Lily was like maybe 5-6 years old, but I made her a child just for easier gameplay. It's really tough for me to play with toddlers, so I just made her a child. Alright, so I placed this trailer park in Willow Creek on a 40x30 lot, and the main packs I used were City Living, Strangerville, For Rent, Laundry Day, and Basement Treasures. If you're not having issues with the For Rent pack, of course I'd suggest making each trailer a separate unit. I put a total of 4 units on this lot, but I did not fully furnish all of them, so you can decorate them based on your own storylines. So let's take a quick tour of the first 3 trailers, and then we'll check out the one showcased in the movie. So as we're touring the lot, I'll give you a little background information as to why I chose this particular build. So I have been an Eminem fan since 1999 when the music video for Hi My Name Is dropped. I was only 7 or 8 years old at this time, but he quickly became my obsession. I remember my mom asking me what new CD I wanted, and of course I told her the new Eminem CD. I remember her looking at me like I was crazy and said absolutely not. I was too young to listen to that type of music. So eventually my mom realized that my interest in his music was not a phase, and in 2002, she allowed me to get my very first Eminem album titled The Eminem Show. I would print out the lyrics to my favorite songs like Square Dance, Soldier, and Sing for the Moment, and practice them over and over again until I remembered every word. My mom did not like me listening to all the cursing, so she only allowed me to get the censored version of any album until I got a little bit older. Now in middle school, I had to catch a bus and the L train down to Kensington and Allegheny in Philadelphia. If you're from Philly, you know how bad that area is now, but it was a little less bad in the early 2000s. Every morning on my way to school, I would put my headphones on, tune out everything and everyone around me, and just focus on his lyrics. I feel like in order for his music to resonate with you, you have to relate to something that he personally has gone through. For me, I also was raised by a single mom, moved around a lot, and I'm also from an urban environment. A few weeks ago, while I was building this, I called and asked my mom why she allowed me to listen to his music at such a young age. And she told me it was because I was always, different and did my own thing. I was never a follower and was not easily influenced, so she didn't think I would go out and just do the things he rapped about. I honestly am very grateful for my mom's trust because Eminem and his music taught me to never care about anyone's opinions. He helped give me the confidence to be my complete, authentic self with no apologies. So thank you, Eminem, for all of your music. It really did impact my life, and it still does impact it today. But now let's jump back to the movie and check out the last trailer. Alright, so let's start with the outside. To build the outside of the trailer, I focused on the scenes when Jimmy first arrived and he got into that altercation with Greg Buell, which was his mom's boyfriend. There was also a short scene where Jimmy comes home and he sees his mom drunk sitting on the porch. So, I just looked at those scenes and saw how it was decorated. It was just a regular dingy trailer. I also placed the drawing table outside since Lily liked to draw. So there were plenty of scenes that took place in the living room, including when Wink brought Alex to Jimmy's house and when Jimmy finally fought Greg. I put a little bookshelf behind the door in this little corner and included his trash bag of clothes next to the couch. So the radio that is on this little table is not functional. You can turn it on, but you can't dance or work out, I believe, to that radio. So I did include a different one in the kitchen. So the kitchen was small, but I made it one tile wider to include a trash can. In one scene, Rabbit is seen cleaning his shoes in the kitchen sink before he left for work. Towards the end of the movie, Stephanie comes in with groceries and offers to make Jimmy pancakes after she wins at bingo. So I just used those scenes to kind of see where everything was. There also was a small room attached to the kitchen, and I just turned it into a small laundry room. I didn't know what it was. It could have been storage or something. But I just made it a little laundry room. Next to that was a tiny little bathroom, and across from the bathroom was Lily's room. So in the beginning of the movie, Jimmy accidentally wakes Lily up after arguing with Greg outside, and he takes her in and puts her back to sleep. There's also a scene where he's writing down his lyrics at her desk while she draws pictures on her bed. Now the last room of this very small trailer is Stephanie's room. The only scene that took place in this room was when Jimmy had to carry her to her bed because she was too drunk to walk. She then starts to yell at him and blame him for her breakup with Greg and kicks him out of her home. So that was my version of the trailer park homes in 8 Mile. Since I don't live in Detroit and I haven't ever visited Detroit, I had to rely heavily on a lot of YouTube footage from fans who walked through that mobile home area. I have a lot of more builds to come, so be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to see more movies and TV show builds in The Sims 4. This build will be available to download on Patreon, and once out of early access, will be uploaded to the gallery. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.